Welcome to Knife Chats. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, share it with friends, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Thank you. Wonder if the knife community could handle another open tag event. I know we're all looking for something to do right now, and I came up with this kind of idea. It's based on the beautiful blades open tag that is going around right now, and I do want to get involved with that one, but that one kind of inspired this open tag, and I'm going to name it BABS, B-A-B-S. It's called the Badass Blade Show. So if you got some really badass looking knives out there, you know, the ones that really put the fear of God in people, how about doing a video on those? You know, the really big gnarly knives and everything. And that's what this is going to be for me, the Badass Blade Show. Break out 5 or 6 that you really think are really cool and show them. Share them with everybody else and pass it around. In any case, let me show you my badass blades. Okay, my first honorable mention goes to this one here, my Rough Rider D-Guard buoy. Comes in at right around 19.5 inches long with a 14.5 inch blade. You got a stag handle, D-Guard going on there, brass D-Guard. You got the brass stiffeners on the blade. Done a video on this before already, and it's just big old monster of a knife. Yeah, you got your Damascus coming out of Pakistan on this, but it's a pretty solid knife, and I'm just going to give this an honorable mention because it's more of a showpiece, but it's big and heavy and would definitely chop off a limb if you wanted to, a tree limb. And my next honorable mention is my Saigon Sidekick, another Rough Rider. This is the 1093. I made the sheath myself though, and it's Rough Rider's answer to the Tom Brown Tracker. But it's got about a 6.5 inch blade and about a 6 inch handle going on, 11.5 inches overall. Every edge of that blade is sharp. You've got, this is like an axe here, you've got a saw blade here, and then that wide belly of a blade up there. It feels really good in the hand, and yeah, it can cut at least watermelons. Now that brings us to the last of the Rough Rider knives, and one of them, this one is my top 5. And the badass knives right here. It makes it to the top 5. I made the sheath myself again. It came with a nice nylon sheath, but I wasn't too crazy about it, so I went ahead and made one. And it's supposed to be a crude looking sheath. Now what it is this is the Rough Rider Paratrooper buoy, and there you have it. It is a copy of the John Eck Paratrooper buoy from World War II. And the original knives came with a really crappy leather sheath that fell apart, so the paratroopers ended up having to go and get another sheath maker, make one themselves, and that's what I was doing with this. I just decided I would take some heavy OD canvas. This is made out of an old backpack, and make a sheath out of it so that I would have something to put my paratrooper buoy in. And you see the loop right there, that's so I can actually pass this through and tie it down so that the knife will stay in the sheath. The leather sheath, there was no tie down to it even, so it would fall out. But you know, you also have a, what, I think a 9.5 inch blade or something like that. Hold on just a sec. Going live here, folks. Yeah, 9.5 inch blade, so that was quite a bit. And the difference in the wood handle here, Eck used lead pins in it so you could pound them back in and fit it so it wouldn't get loose and everything. But that's pretty much the way the John Eck looked. This blade is 1070 carbon steel, made in El Salvador. This was actually made in the Condor factory for Rough Riders. So it's one of the few Rough Riders, early Rough Riders, that was not made in China or Pakistan. El Salvador, 1070 carbon steel, just like you find in a Condor. This is a good one. Now the reason the D-Guard buoy isn't on the list is because of this buoy. And this is my Scimitar buoy, and I made this one myself. Well, the blade blank I bought at Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and then I made the rest of the knife. Nice big old white smooth bone handle. I guess you could say it's white smooth bone. Triangular in shape at the end there. Brass guard going on there. Overall length of this thing is 18 inches long, with about a 12-inch blade and a handle that's about 6.5 inches long. So you've got two-hand grip if you need it. But this is also one of those, you know, watermelon crushers, and you can get a good sharp edge on this blade. It is, I believe, either 420 or 448 stainless steel, but I don't care. It's just you know, one of those really nice big ones. You grab it back here and you can really smash stuff. You grab it here or here, and yeah, you can definitely get a grip on something with this. So that, to me, just speaks of badass all over the place. So my scimitar buoy. And I guess this one is a little bit lighter, but it's my V42 replica. Now this one is pretty decent, and what I really like about it is, you see that blade? That blade is blued. 1095 carbon steel. It's got a really nice edge on it. You've got the thumbprint there, so you can get it right there, and you got the leather pieces right there, so you've got the grip going on real well. You got the skull crusher end cap there. Yeah, 12 inches overall, actually about 12.5 inches overall, 7.5 inch blade going on there, and look at that nice stiletto blade. You know, how can you not say something like that's a badass knife? You know, sharp on both edges there, and 1095 carbon steel. The handle isn't 100% authentic. It is not cord, this is just cord wrapped. It should have been stacked leather, but that pommel there, yeah, that could crush a skull if you needed to. So not 100% accurate for a V42, but pretty dang close. Okay, let's move into something that is genuine, and that is right here. This is a 1907 pattern short magazine Lee Enfield rifle bayonet. This was for the Mark III Lee Enfield rifle used back in World War I, and this is one heck of a badass looking bayonet. We're talking about a blade that is 17 inches long. You want to talk about social distancing? You can social distance with this and still stick a hun in the stomach with it. So there you go. You put this on the end of a Lee Enfield rifle, and you tell me that's not going to scare you when it's coming right at your face. We're talking serious badassery here. The Australians continued to use this in World War II along with the New Zealanders. The British went down to a little spiky little bayonet, but this thing, we're talking deadly and we're talking scary. You do not want somebody coming at you with this thing. SMLE bayonet. Now we're talking badass. Okay, nothing quite says badass like a machete, and so my last one here that I'm going to be showing is a machete, sort of. It's my Woodsman Pal. Made the sheath for this one also. Let's break this puppy out. Now, this design started around 1941 and was used in the jungles of the Pacific during World War II, continued on into Korea and into Vietnam, and I'm pretty sure it's still used today. And there you have it. You can get these, yeah, they're on the civilian market, but we're talking serious badass blade, and a very functional blade on top of that. Now, cutting edge right there, that's about 11 inches long. The knife overall is around 17, 8 inches long. And you notice this hook up here, that, if you see there, has a nice sharpened edge there. That is so you can actually get into the branch and cut down, pull down into a branch and cut through it and everything. So for those little 1 inch, half-inch branches on a tree or something, just start jerking down and cutting through it. Or if you need to, just cut right through the whole damn tree with this and cut it down. And yeah, you can use this as an axe, you can use it as machete, anything. And we're talking nice thick blade there too. Got a nice black coating on there, and it holds up pretty well, but you can see it is definitely scratched up a bit. This is not dirt on here. This is scratches from where I've actually been out there using it, cutting down things and everything. Got a nice leather handle, which really gets some character going on with it. It was a nice light colored leather, and that's all oil and everything from the hand. And you got a brush guard on there for, you know, to protect your hand when you're slashing through everything. So there, that's the last of my badasses. We're talking seriously scary looking badass machete. You want to take out some zombies, you can do that. But if you really want to just go out there and take care of the back 40 acres, you can do that too with your woodsman pal. This thing is a serious cutter, and it works great. So there's my badass knives. How about you? Let me see your badass blades. Oh man, talk about your epic fail. Doing a thing on badass blades, and I forgot to wear camouflage.
Thank you for visiting Knife Chats. I hope you enjoyed your time here. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel and ringing that notification bell so that you will be notified when the next episode of Knife Chats is up online. Thanks again. See you soon.